Alright, so this is my review of SH Figuarts Qui-Gon, and this was a recent re-release. And it was a exclusive Japan release, so it was pretty, not terribly difficult to get, but you had to go get them on a Japanese site. So, and there are some US sites that kind of shipped him in too. So he's a little bit pricier than normal. So I got him from Toy Arena, and I got him for $100. So that's where I got him. I put a link below also, and let's go straight into the review. So I'm not sure when this figure released initially, but to my understanding, he's been through some upgrades, and one major one is obviously the new face. So they definitely improved the face on this one. The old one was pretty, like, it was dated. Because they didn't really have the technology kind of down pat like they do now. Not really sure what it's called, but they use some kind of digital print of the actor, so it looks really sharp now, and just so you get a good look. And yeah, it really looks like Liam Neeson in my opinion. So standard Jedi robes. If you've had Star Wars Figuarts, nothing new here. Nice flexible plastic. Looks nice. Not a whole lot to really nice shading too, so that's definitely a welcome addition. You can really see the shading on his shoes. He's got it all over his pants, so it's not just like brown plastic, which is nice. The silvers are very nice. So he looks good. The hair is a soft plastic, not terribly soft, so be careful with the head when you're moving him around and things like that. Yeah, so he looks great. I mean, not a whole lot to complain about. I've seen the old figure to the point where I thought like the Black Series looks so much better. Not the case anymore. So I think this one really looks good. So just in terms of his overall aesthetics, I think he's easily a 5 out of 5. And let's just get some measurements on him. So just kind of standing here in a neutral pose. Let's see how tall he is to the top of his head. And looks like he's about 6 1/4 inches about. So that seems right to me. I'm not sure how tall Liam Neeson is, but I know he's very tall. He's well over 6 feet. That's all I know. So he's probably 6'2" something, if I had to guess. So dead accurate in terms of scaling. So he's classic 1/12 scale to a T. So that's great. And just for people interested, just get a quick weight measurement on him. 2.65 ounces. He's got a good weight to him. He doesn't feel cheap. Doesn't feel like plasticky model kit type garbage. He feels like a premium figure. So 5 out of 5 there. And let's go straight into articulation. Let me just disconnect his hand from that lightsaber. Okay, so some annoying things, nothing really terrible, just kind of nitpicky stuff, but his head's on a very nice double ball joint, so no more of that kind of swiveling joint that Figuarts used to use way back, so that's really nice. A little bit hindered by the hair. Nothing you could really do about that, but still very nice. Like, you could look off to the side, no problem. You could look up about that much. Looks down pretty well. So pretty good with the head. Let's look at his arms. Now his arms, and again, I have no idea what the old figure was like, but I'm just going to review it as I have him right now. So standard ball peg connection arms, and he's got a swivel in there for the shoulder. Works very nicely, and he can go up that much. His vest kind of hinders that. Nothing you could really do there. So get that much of the elbows. Could have been better, I guess. Kind of important for someone who uses a lightsaber. That's a little disappointing. So that's like barely less than 90 degrees. So that's a little disappointing. He does have a swivel here. And he does have a bicep swivel, which you could use also. So be aware of that. Wrist is on a typical joint, this kind of ball swivel. Be very careful because the hands are on very, very tiny ball pegs, and I didn't like that too much. And I'll keep saying this, I wish figures just use that kind of like straight peg that Mayfix uses, because there's virtually no chance of breakage. I mean, the older ones were crappy, I'll admit that, but the new ones are just really good from my experience. So I wish they did that. I really don't like the ball peg on wrists. It's just so easy to break them. So heat yours. I definitely heated mine. Don't risk it because he's expensive. So his wrists are definitely tight. Not a whole lot of movement with the lightsaber, as you can notice here, because of that sleeve. that's a little disappointing. So, but other than that, just standard Figuarts stuff, like, does what it needs to. So, very tight though. That's very annoying. Okay, should be looser than that. Drop down on the legs, which I'll be honest, I kind of hate. Not sure why they exist, especially with this kind of skirt here. Kind of annoying, but wish they would get rid of that. But he does have a thigh swivel. Nice flexible plastic. And this is why I just like the look of plastic more. And I wish, yeah, like, it's not really getting in the way. Like, kicks straight out. It's like his legs go out very well. And to be fair, they could have used a cut here. That would be helpful. That would be nice if he had a little cut there. Let's see what else. And you see his legs are really kind of dopey when you use the drop down. That's how much the knee bends. A little disappointing. Not terrible, but could have been better. And I noticed with the Star Wars figures, they kind of just don't really care about the knees. Looks a little weird. Breaks up the kind of look of the character, but not egregious. Okay. Ankles are on a, looks like a ball swivel, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, that looks like a ball swivel in there. Yeah. And you got the ankle rocker too. So that works very nicely. Or not very nicely, it's a little kind of tight. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you just had to kind of finagle it, but decent ankle rocker. I mean, just had to kind of wiggle at it, but not the best fitting there. Okay, so little janky on that foot. This one's a little bit better. So overall, and then his diaphragm, yeah, there is a ball joint. It looks like a double ball joint in there. So he bends down that much. The belt kind of inhibits some of that. Whoa, okay. That's supposed to be Darth Maul. Okay, but anyway, so let's see. Let's just put him back together. Forgot how this went. I think that goes in front. But hey, it's okay. That's good. Like, it didn't break. There we go. Okay, so there's a ball joint in there. You do get a drop down in the shoulders too. What else? Did I miss anything? I think that's about it. And yeah, be careful. Like, he's a little finicky here and there, but he's not cheap quality. Like, he's not going to break on you, except with the wrists. Be very careful. Heat those up. So overall articulation gets a 4 out of 5. Just standard Figuarts stuff. Could have been a bit better in some places, but I have no real complaints. Okay, so let's talk about his accessories. And let's just start with the one he's actually just holding right now. Lightsaber. Kind of a bitch to get him to actually hold it. He had to really just stab it through his hand. Use hot water for that too. But anyway, so yeah, lightsaber looks great. Really nice. Like, even that tiny little kind of like ignition switch, that's painted very nicely. So that's excellent. Very nice chrome on it. Nice see-through plastic. So yeah, Figuarts knows how to do their lightsabers. Looks excellent. Okay, so in terms of accessories, he does come with this face on him. And he comes with these two kind of lightsaber holding hands. So let's go through the rest of his accessories. Just had to get them out of the box. And yeah, so got the lightsaber. He does come with this face. It's kind of a odd choice in my opinion, but it's okay because he's using it to speak into this device. I remember the scene in the movie, but where he's like speaking to Obi-Wan, I think. So it matches. No complaints, but would have been nice if he had like a more, like, this is just a neutral face, but I wish they kind of gave him like a smiling face, because Qui-Gon's supposed to be kind of like the more relaxed Jedi. So he's supposed to be the more kind of like chilled out one. That would have been nice to have, just like a smiling neutral face on Qui-Gon. And maybe like an angry face, like when he's fighting Maul. But yeah, kind of wish he had a little bit more variety of the faces. You get a swooshing lightsaber effect. You get a lightsaber that you can peg onto him. So that just goes in. Let me just put it in right now. So standard SHF Star Wars stuff. That just goes in right there. Might be a good idea to heat this. Oh, okay, so it's just going in. But never a bad idea to heat something. So if you ever have any doubts about something on a Figuarts pegging in, just don't chance it and just heat it because they are kind of delicate. So that looks great. Okay. You get this hollow ship, like a hologram. Again, when I'm looking at all these accessories, I'm just getting like flashbacks to the movie. So if you didn't see the movies, definitely fun. I have no idea what this is. Not a clue. But you got that. Looks like that pegs into something. Let's go through his hands. So you do get some open hands. And you know, the open hands always kind of confuse me because to me, they all look the same. Like I'm not sure what the difference is. You do get 2 pairs of open hands there. So yeah, you get those. You get fist hands. So just obligatory stuff there. Let's see. I guess this could be a lightsaber hand also. Not sure what else that would be for. Pretty sure his lightsaber should be able to hold that. I'm honestly not sure because I just got him, but yeah, that looks like an alternate lightsaber hand, if I'm not mistaken. And let me see what else. So he's got this flat open. He's got this flat hand here. There's some connection in there. For what? I don't have a clue. Okay, so this is, I just had to check the box. All right, so yeah, this pegs into his hand. Let's get that in there. Okay, so this is just a hologram thing. And then the ship. And get in there. So that's what it is. So that's just for him to hold this hologram. So like that. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so you get that. And also you get his poncho. And this is like when he's fighting Maul outside that ship. And you also get a very nice Jedi robe. So I've always wanted one of these because I didn't actually have any Jedi robes in my collection on a 1/12 scale. And, you know, you can use these for other figures too, honestly. So you get these also. Very nice. And I'll put some pictures up with him in it. But yeah, so accessories, I'd give him a 4.5. Mainly just because he's missing like more faces. That would have been nice. So in terms of just overall value, well, now, okay, so here's the thing. So he is a reissue, and Star Wars Figuarts go very high in price if you try to get them off like eBay. So I am glad that they released him, but I am a bit annoyed that they did this like weird, like annoying campaign where it was essentially just like this. It was just like a Japanese exclusive, so that's why it's more pricey here. Getting him in the States, and prices on him are already going kind of crazy. So if you like Qui-Gon and he's a very important Star Wars character, just get him ASAP. He's around 100. I got him for 100 on Toy Arena. Couple of days back, they shipped him very quickly. Overall value, he gets I'd say 3.5, just because I wish they just did a straight general reissue. Let people in the States not have to pay like $100+ to get him, and just putting all his kind of points together. So in terms of overall just aesthetics, he gets a 5 out of 5. Looks exactly like Liam Neeson. You know, articulation 4 out of 5, a bit dated. Some annoying stuff here and there, kind of bricked off, like in the knees, shoulders, like the butterfly joints. Not really so functional. A little annoying on a Star Wars character, obvious reasons. So 4 out of 5 there. Accessories 4.5. Really can't complain too much because they gave so much. You get the Jedi robe, you get that poncho that he was wearing outside. That's really cool scene. Really nice stuff like the hologram, that little voice that little communication device, you get a lot there. So 4.5 there. Just a little detraction because of the face. And overall value, not really. I don't really think a Figuarts, especially at this size, is worth over $100. But okay, like he just gets a pass because he's a reissue and very highly sought after. So 3.5 is fair. So in terms of his overall score, just putting everything together, that's a 4.23. Yeah, so no real complaints. I'm happy I have him finally because his eBay prices were insane. Like we're talking like $300+. And yeah, that's about it. So just in terms of scaling, let's get some characters up next to him. So just because I have one just sitting here, let me just put his accessories away first. So let's get some characters up next to him. This Joy Toy. Rowboat, or Robute Gilliman. Yeah, so he's massive next to him. And let's get a Black Series next to him. Revenge of the Sith, Kenobi. And the size is dead accurate there. Like, and that's a nice thing. Black Series, they look great for like how cheap they are. They're very nice figures. And let's compare him to the recent Qui-Gon re-release that Black Series did, which is also an excellent Qui-Gon. And this was my kind of go-to Qui-Gon before this one. I think it looks pretty damn good. Obviously, not really a fair comparison anymore. I think the proportions on the Figuart are just so much better. It's kind of got like that slender build that Qui-Gon had in the movie. Head isn't so gigantic, but it was still a good Qui-Gon when it released. But obviously, much nicer with the SHF. Just looks so much better. Let's see who else I have here. And just because I got him out, let's put him next to Revenge of the Sith Anakin. Let's see. So that looks great. What else do I have out here? And last one. Okay, just put him next to Vader. Recent Kenobi series Vader. And then that'll be our last comparison. And this is probably like my favorite Vader that's been released so far. Out of anything. Hasbro, Mafex, whatever. And Vader towers over pretty much everyone. And as he should. He's a pretty big, ominous dude. Yeah, so that's about it. So you got the scaling on him. Great figure. If you want to get him on Toy Arena. Or wherever else you could find him. He's around $100. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. And thanks for watching. Take care.